Hey guys, it is Targon here doing another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today we are going to be talking about this new guaranteed champion, Elva Autumnborn. And boy, I gotta tell you, I thought I was all ready for this event because I was saving that magical 15 sacred shards. That everybody knows that that's the mark you need for these events, right? Wrong! So I pulled down to 15 um, on my alt account last CVC just because I had a surplus. And I thought, oh, 15 will be great. Fortunately, I made really good luck with the clan boss drops. So I'm back up over 20 of them. But I gotta say, man, this is steep. This is a steep price to pay for one champion, right? I mean, 20 sacred shards is a lot of shards. And so, when we're talking about shards, especially if you're free to play or you're a low spend player, you really want to use your shards wisely. So, I want to talk a little bit about how to evaluate if a champion is going to be worth it or not. And really, when it comes to sacred shards, there's a couple of events that you can save them for. One, obviously, is these guaranteed champions. Um, but there's no guarantee about how good that champion is or how much that champion is going to help you. So it's kind of hit or miss. Um, you could save them for double chances, right? So you look at the chance here. We got a 6% chance with each shard to pull a legendary. That can go up to 12 sometimes. So you can look at it like, well, if it's going to be 20 shards, maybe I could just save those for a double event and get a chance of getting, the extra legendaries that way. You can obviously save for the 10x events on champions that you really want that are really going to help your account. And then there's always fusions as well. There's always the summoning aspect to the fusions, so you do want to make sure you have enough shards for that. Um, and I do think we've got the Christmas fusions going to be coming up here soon, so it might be wise to save for that, which makes me kind of wonder if I should save for that here. Um, so the question is just break it down. How much are the various champions going to help you? 10x events can be really good because they oftentimes will put the best champions up for grabs. But realistically, your odds of landing that particular champion are very low. I've been playing this game for a long time. I've pulled, tons of shards on 10x events, and I think I got a 10x champion twice. Maybe twice between my two accounts. Okay? Um, so just bear that in mind. If you're saving for, like, if you want, say, Valkyrie or Duchess or whoever it might be, and you're saving for that 10x event, I got to tell you, you could save 50 shards, 50 sacred shards, and you're still not necessarily going to pull one of those 10x champions. Um, the 2x events can be really nice. Although personally for sacred shards, I prefer the extra legendary events because you get the added bonus. Um, and whereas with ancient shards, I prefer the 2x chance because it also gives you an extra chance at pulling epics, which even if you're not going to use them, they're great for chickens, right? But for sacred shards, usually I save them for these guaranteed champion events or for fusions. Um, so the challenge is this is a really steep price to pay. 20 sacred shards is a lot. So let's go ahead though and look at this champion. So there's a few things about this champion that right away make me think would want to strongly consider it. And one of them is she's the new faction, guys. This new faction, I don't know when this is going to be opening up in Faction Wars, but when it does, this champion is going to ensure that you have what it takes to survive. All right. She's got everything you really need to 3-star the whole thing. Obviously, you're going to need some damage dealers. She's a support champion. She's not going to be able to do the damage on her own necessarily, but she will keep your team alive. I guarantee it. All right, so just looking over her kit, her A1 attacks one enemy, places a 15% continuous heal buff for 2 turns on the ally with the lowest HP. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, you know, as far as an extra effect on an A1, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. A continuous heal buff, that's good, and it lasts for 2 turns, so maybe you're healing up a couple different champions, right? So this is a solid A1. Or A2, Nature's Paths. When it's booked, it's a 3-turn cooldown. I've never seen this before where there's a chance of removing debuffs, but once it's booked, it's 100% chance, right? So just assume it's booked. It removes all debuffs from everybody, and then it places block debuffs and increased speed on all allies for 2 turns. Guys, this skill right here is top tier. I mean, block debuffs and increased speed are like 2 of the most important buffs you could ask for. Add to that it's removing any buffs that are already on your team, right? So imagine this is on a 3-turn cooldown. You have her go, she removes everything, she puts the block buffs on. That means there's like 1 turn in between where the debuffs can take effect, and she's still going to go and remove them once this cycles back through. So this is an excellent skill. Sprouting Season, Area 3 revives a single target ally with 40% HP and a 50% turn meter, then places increased defense and increased attack on that ally for 2 turns. So as far as revives go, this is solid. This is not, it's not like Duchess level. It's kind of like she's all, it's got a little bit of that, and I'll get to her passive in a minute. But increased defense is going to be nice because it's going to help that ally stay alive, and increase attack if it's your nuker. A lot of times it's your nukers that drop, right? So increased attack can be nice. And this ties in really, really well with a particular aspect of her passive, which is the other thing. She is almost a mix of Duchess and Syl of the Drakes, guys. So she has this nifty passive. You're all familiar with Syl's. Heals each ally by 10% of their max HP at the start of their turn, not this champion's turn. So this is where she is different from Syl of the Drakes. And it places a perfect veil buff for 1 turn on the ally with the lowest HP at the end of this champion's turn. So you tie that into her revive skill. She's going to revive somebody. Not guaranteed, but quite likely they might be the ally member with the lowest health. So a perfect veil is going on them in addition to the increased defense and an increased attack. So that can be really, really nice. And then she's keeping your team alive by blocking the debuffs, by healing, and then if somebody drops, she can pick them up. Excellent champion. And then to top it all off, guys, increase ally speed in all battles. I mean, how great is that? This skill set is going to be very useful in a lot of different areas. So even clan boss potentially, just with her increased speed and the block debuffs, there might be a few clan boss setups that you could run her in, especially some of the faster ones, because there's the increased speed. You use her block debuffs on the turn where you're going to need to block the stun. Plus her speed aura, right? That opens things up tremendously in clan boss. I am going to be building a more advanced, higher speed clan boss team in the near future, so stay tuned for that. I probably won't use her for this, but she could be an option for some of those builds, so it'll be interesting to see what options become available utilizing her. The other thing, like obviously faction wars, like I said, she's going to help get you through faction wars. What's the challenge for getting through and getting Lydia? It's 3-starring faction wars, because you can't keep your squishy champions alive. She's going to help you do that. She's going to be great for that. If you get her, she will make this faction much easier to get through, which is great, because on this account, my alt account, I don't have Lydia yet, and I probably won't be able to get her before they add the new faction wars, but we'll see. So that'll be good. Also, Doom Tower having increased speed, having block debuffs, having healing, having revive is great, but also for Hydra, if she's putting a perfect veil on my squishy nuker type champions, that's going to then allow them to turn around and attack the fear head without having to worry about getting fear. So all in all, great champion, great champion. Um, Now I did say she's kind of like a mix between Duchess and Syl. I'm not going to say she's on Duchess level. Duchess does a team revive. She has the block debuffs, but it is on a 4-turn cooldown. So, but all in all, she's I'd say she's a bit under Duchess for sure, but she's up there, and her stats are actually very, very solid. Um, HP, this is not the highest amount of HP, but her base defense is really, really high. This is actually a lot of defense. I forget what's it. Her damage base is from attack. So this attack is not going to do anything. This attack is basically healing you with a continuous heal. But because her base attack is very low and you're not going to want to build that, you're going to want to focus on defense, HP, survivability stats, right? Her base speed is amazing. 110. It's not like top, but she's as fast as Arbiter is, right? So that's really fast. Obviously, she doesn't have the huge arena speed lead, but she gives speed lead in all battles. So that is really cool. You don't need accuracy for anything in her kit. So you can go ahead and load her up on resistance rather than accuracy, or load her up on HP and defense. Probably I would say resist, defense, speed, HP. Those are the only stats you need to worry about with her. Because like I said, she's going to be hitting like a wet noodle anyway. No reason to even worry about crit rate, in my opinion, depending on what you're using her for. But so there's a lot of potential uses for this champion, which is why I have decided that she is worth it for my alt account. Now on my main account, I didn't have the shards. I was at 15. I think I'm at like 18 now. So I don't have the shards for it on my main account, but I pulled her during the last guarantee event with ancient shards. So I don't need her on that account, but this one I still don't have her. So I'm going to go ahead and pull. And so let's see. I am just praying that we get another legendary champion along the way. That wasn't even an epic champion that I'm really familiar with. Another epic. Yay for chickens. Another chicken. Come on now. Another Siege Hawk. Siege Hawk is actually a very good champion. If you get Siege Hawk, he's a very good epic. Thanasil, he's okay. Cage Breaker, never really used him. What is up with Jingle Hunter? Tis the season. Tis the season. It's after Thanksgiving. I should have known Jingle Hunter would be coming out. Mistress of Hymns, not really going to be a mistress of anything except my vault. Salota, he can be okay if you're struggling with undead. Crimson Helm is solid. Come on. Can we at least get one extra legendary here before the guarantee? One of my clanmates pulled Lysandra. I'm a little bit jealous. Oh, this guy is actually really good. Ferocious Grave Dirt. Shield and strengthen all allies. Heal reduction on all enemies. What's a single target provoke? Places Fear. He's actually a very, very good epic champion. I have not had him yet, so this actually has he's got a very good kit. What's with that? Gorgorob. Early game Gorgorob's great champion. Late game he kind of falls off. Oh, Lord, please. Yes, let's see. What was it? Who we got? Ah, Rafmatap. Let's see. I was a little bit down on this champion when they had him. I think he was a guarantee a few months back. But I think actually he's not bad. The increased resistance is interesting. He's got the provoke. I forget. I think my friend Bigley uses him for some things, unless I'm confusing it with a different champion. All right, so we got one legendary down. At least one more to go. So at least my goal is, like, if I can get one legendary for every 10 sacred shards, then it's great. So so we're at that point now. Gordon, let's see. This is my last one before the guarantee. No. Ugh. All right. Here we go. Elva Autumnborn is mine on both accounts. So that will conclude this video. I will probably make another video at some point on building her and maybe explore how I'm going to end up using her for my account. Probably actually use her in more content on this account, but we shall see. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts on this champion. Are you going to go for her? Are you going to save for the Christmas fusion? That may have been the wise idea. Hopefully I don't miss it. But we'll see. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I will catch you next time.